Welcome to Leo for Leos. This is a channel featuring intuitive tarot readings for the astrological sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm a Leo as well, so this is why the channel is called Leo for Leos. Cross-watchers and fellow readers are welcome. However, I do want to give you a heads up that I read the cards as I see them and not always the way it's traditionally done. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the Smith-Waite Tarot deck today, the Centennial Edition, like I always do, but you can find a link to my favorite tarot decks down in the description. As well, in the description, you can also find my blog, in which I leave lots of different, I actually curate a whole bunch of videos from other people doing readings for Leos for the entire month. I do it daily, so there's always some content in there for you to take a look at other readers to see what they're saying about what Leos are going to be encountering in May, June, or the upcoming months. So take a look at that if you want to. This reading is for Leos, June 2022. Two months away from Leo season. I think we're going to be starting to feel the effects of Leo season, even a little early. All right, I did pre-shuffle the cards, so they're really shuffled good. And I'm just going to be doing things a little bit different today. Okay, June 2022. So I'm going to pull cards on top of these cards, and then I'll read each stack. Oh, let's see. Put them in focus so you can see what I'm pulling. There we go. Okay. Okay. June 2022, Leo. What's happening? Just do one more. June looks like it's a very, very busy month. Okay. So, let's try it. Let me get this started. So, the beginning of June, or kind of like the introduction to June, is pretty spicy. It's a spicy month. But it looks like you're going to get a lot done. I mean, when I see so many of these wands here, it's like things are getting done. So, but it's getting done at sort of like what I would say, because of mental pressure. And that mental pressure may be coming from an outside force. So let's say this is Leo's for now. Independent, doing your own thing, you know, trying to create your own destiny. Even like just the act of like seeking out videos like this, or watching videos like this, you're trying to figure out things on your own, right? You're trying to better yourself and get your life in order, whether it is or not. This is definitely Leo. There are relationships here that you may have that are the subject matter for all of this, right? That may be like certain feelings that you have, maybe that are hidden, that need to be brought out, that you're trying to kind of work through. Maybe they're, I'm getting the feeling like they're not quite talked about just yet, or there hasn't been a solution found. And the Hermit is really taking some time. It's about taking some time to just try to figure that out and figure out some solutions. And that's what he's doing, is looking to the light here to find some solutions about what could be the problem with this relationship. It may be something you adjust with, or that you need to adjust to, or that person needs to adjust to, or maybe it's time to split. There's no telling, but this is definitely about your relationships and how you're dealing with other people in them. There may be a feeling of like being trapped, like you're always asked to do like a certain thing, or you're always the one who comes up with the ideas of what to do, or you know, maybe you're just bored with the situation, or tired of the same problems keep coming up. And maybe you may voice your opinion or say something about it, and it could kind of create this tower moment where it feels like it's not going to work. Things aren't going to make, it's not going to make it, or the relationships aren't going to work. Whichever way it turns out, you'll be just fine. You'll be victorious, whatever you decide. But it's not, this isn't like your entire life going down in flames. This is just a relationship that may be facing its death throes, if you will. It may be time to move on from a relationship. Is this romantic or non-romantic? It doesn't really, it's not really a factor whether it's romantic or not. All right, for this one, this is another place of struggle. I know, I mean, there's a lot of like, oh, if you have some friend, or a lot of letting go of people, but don't worry about that. There are other people to meet, and also if you can try to make a relationship work, because friendships are very, you know, real true friendships are hard to find, and sometimes, you know, just trying to work through them together really is, you know, creates a stronger bond. Anyway, I just wanted to add that. So let's go through what's happening here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, oh, okay, there's something of a decision to leave something, whether it's a job or it's a relationship or a company that you're working with or partnership of some sort. This could be a business partnership that you're deciding to move on from. But whatever, it's like the time is up, the contract is up, it's expired, something, it's time to move on, okay? But in this case of moving on, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. And so these are like emails. This is like follow-up. This is like communication. This is like lists of things to do. So with that list of things to do, you're already tired because you're already exhausted from like doing all the things that you already do. But you're not giving up on. You're not giving up, and that's the attitude, you know, Leos need to carry through, is not giving up. It's not going to be easy. There will be competition. There will be competition. And, you know, competition, sometimes it fuels people to be better, which is great. But I just wouldn't let it get to my head. But from what I can see, some Leos are taking this a lot personally than just the, you know, the thing that motivates you to be better. I mean, this is about learning stuff and like studying things, and this is good, right? This positive, using this as a positive motivator to study and get better is great. It's late at night when you're like worried. It's inevitable. This card is like, you know, I hate seeing it, but it's just the natural currents of life that we all worry before we go to bed, you know, before we fall asleep. And it's about making decisions and like judging them and being unsure about them. And then the Emperor here is could be an outside force that's influencing this, but I feel like these are attitudes and feelings that Leos are having. There's this Emperor energy of like, let's go get what we need to get. Let's do it all. Let's not mess around. Let's get the things that we need to get done. In spite of my feelings of, you know, not always being sure. So there's that. There's, you know, you made lists. Now the Emperor is like, let's complete these lists. Let's get it done. Guess who gets it done? King of Wands. King of Wands gets it done. These two guys together, oh my God, they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable. So Leos are feeling unstoppable, and they're doing, you know, the things that they're planning on doing in spite of the worry, in spite of the competition. We're still trying to get, this is really good stuff, actually. And then there's the Queen of Swords. That means all the BS, all like, hey, let's get together for drinks. I'm sorry, no. I have to take care of business first. If you notice, Three of Cups did not show up, the celebrating card. Leos are getting to work. They're not playing around. And there's also a sense of trying to do things the right way here. Like, let's do things the right way. Let's not mess around. And it's not, it's about the juggling, like personal stuff, business stuff, personal feelings, business feelings. It's relationships. It's all those things. And look who comes up. Relationships, friendships, partnerships. There may be somebody else in this with you, which is great. If you're not, this may be talking about how you're relating to other people in your field of business. And there's a bit of juggling because you need other people in order to succeed. There's no way to do things all on your own. Even if you think you're doing things all on your own, there's still people who believe in you and who trust in you, or believing in the things that you're doing or the products, your services. You cannot do everything by yourself. There's like word of mouth. People are always helping in a weird way, or in a way you don't really fully always understand. And this is about like developing relationships and real, or even recognizing them. Recognizing them. And this is making a reach for, this is reaching out to other people. For some people, it may actually be travel. But for other people, may not be travelers. This includes like reaching more people. That means like reaching more people on the internet, reaching more people far and wide, to rally again, rally towards whatever it is that you're doing. This is very much like reaching out to people, like on Facebook, reaching out to people from all over the world, different walks of life, to connect with them, to communicate with them, to share ideas, to spread your influence. And so, yeah, this is definitely about business. And through that, you gain some creativity, and just working really hard on your concepts and ideas, with also this really awesome moment of not just happiness, but a discovery of some kind. It could be your own, like, oh, I finally found the discovery that I've been looking for, or I've finally found the formula that works for me, that's going to help me get ahead. Okay? And why did I associate this with work? We have the confirmation of the Pentacles here, talking about money. So, yes, in the past, it's maybe like there may have been some feelings of distrust, feeling like people have, have hurt you in the past. This is the past, okay? This is not current situations. This is just like looking back on it. But through that, you've chosen happiness. You've chosen to keep going. You've chosen to keep doing the things that you love doing. And that is, about personal self-care, self-love, that kind of thing. And that's what this is really talking about, doing something for yourself. Which is, I mean, some people are like, oh, that's so selfish, and don't worry about that. That's, at the end of the day, you take care of yourself so you can take care of the people you love. And so you've got King of Cups here that is really trying to stay stoic in the middle of a chaotic time period. And it's kind of emotional in a way, because right next to it is the Fool, which is about taking risks. There's something about taking a risk. I mean, it's a risk that involves money. So it's like a financial, it's not about making a financial risk, but it's about doing something that could land you with a pile of money in your hands. So, or that could benefit your career or your business. So there's some kind of risk happening here, and it is emotional because it's very difficult for a fixed sign to make and take big risks. It's really tough. We like things to be normal and ordinary, because we know what to expect. It's hard when when you don't know what's going to happen. It leaves you with, in a state of like worry, and that's why we had those worry cards over here. So let's move on. Okay, and we have the Devil card, which is about something that's tethering you to the things that you do, or that's like a dark motivation. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is the struggle, right? This is the struggle we have. You know, the things that you feel like you have to do in order to like pay your bills and take care of yourself or your family. But Leos are ready for the next chapter of like, let's go, let's go, let's go. When is it, you know, when is it going to happen? So Leos have the energy and the charge to get everything done. And at some point after a lot of this stuff is going down, there will be, you're assessing the stuff that you have, assessing what you have. And it kind of breaks your heart a little bit because you want more, right? Breaks your heart because you want more. You're not satisfied. But being that the Queen of Pentacles here is that this is a state of something growing. So it's about, at this point, patience. I know we're just about had enough patience, but just some more patience is what is needed. And so there is a rebirth in a way that's happening in June. And this whole thing about crying over, you know, what happened is going to occur. There's the down moments of the month. You know, you have ups and downs, and this is talking about moments of like self-realization, realizing your part in and what you could have done that was better. And kind of defending your stance, maybe even doing a little bit of defending, like, yeah, but I was really in a bad position. I really had no other choice, you know, that kind of thing. That's what this is talking about. And you're going, this intuition happening here. These are curious cards together. These are curious cards together. It talks about intuition and kind of like winning at all costs, starting over, or building a foundation for something, and the happy life that we want. So I mean, it basically is what it is. But the High Priestess is about using your intuition in a way in order to kind of like honing in your intuition, basically. Like let that go. Like this person is letting these people go. So it's asking you to, the universe is asking you to let this go. Let it go. Because it, you know, fighting like this is a bad use of your wands, right? You want to build. You want to build in order to reach this happiness. That's the message I'm getting here. Okay, and then we have the last group here, which is, there's a lot of cards that came out. Woo! Ultimately, it leads to this personal passion for what you do, right? Personal passion for what you do and what you have. Excuse me, my allergies are just killing me right now, so I'm sneezing everywhere. Okay, so there is a sense of like being stuck in a place, like not being able to move, or like I am tied down to this work situation. I am tied down to this moment of uncertainty right now. And it is leading you to kind of come up with ideas, how to get out of it, how to make things go a little faster, how to, move things along. This is the creativity that's coming from, like, being in this stuck place. So you're trying to get creative. It's emotional. You may cry a bit. You may not cry. You may just be stoic. But there are emotions involved. Like, you want to get to the next level. And this is, this is all psychological. This is all, like, in the mind. It's not like anyone's beating you or hurting you or doing anything. Your mental state is like, I want to move this along, the needle. We talked about patience here, and that's what's needed. That is what's needed right now. And it's kind of sad because it just makes you sad. It's depressing and sad. So there may be something that comes up, like an offer, or someone who, or something that comes up. It could be a contest. It could be just an opportunity. An opportunity just shows up out of nowhere, and you jump for it, of course. Look at this. Haha. Opportunity comes, you like finagle some things around so you can make it happen, and you get to work on it. Very nice job. Okay. Oh, here's the celebrating. Finally, we get to celebrate a little bit. And so there's a celebration, and you cut your losses, and the Page of Swords, which is basically like making a decision without really thinking it through. It's not, it doesn't mean anything bad, but it's just like making a quick decision. And it could be because of this happiness that you're distracted. But it's like you're walking away from something a little bit. Yeah, I don't need that. I can, there's sort of like a fly-by-night attitude, or like devil-may-care attitude about this. I mean, if you can think of it, these two guys are looking at each other, like giving each other a look, like, hey, you take your sword, I'll take mine. I don't know. That's what it seems like. Like there's a sense of like not caring anymore. So, well, not caring so much that it paralyzes you. Yeah. Because we have this card. The card of feeling. It's like threatening to kind of ruin the party, right? The feeling of like feeling down about yourself, which really is, I mean, it's like you're on the verge of different emotions here. Like, how many different emotions? Happiness, sadness. It's just the emotions that you're going through. You're going through all of them at once. Happiness, sadness, all sorts of things, which is totally human, totally fine. That should not scare you about June. Making a decision. And I didn't check what making the decision about. What's this decision that you are making? Okay. Okay, so you're deciding either to talk to somebody about what you're feeling or to keep it in and be strong. Those are the two decisions that you're trying to figure out, either which way, you could go either which way on that. But there is a part of you that is looking towards the future. This is great. This is a great time. Looking towards the future. You got the magician card here. That's like, I know I can do it. I know I can make my future a lot better than, than this present moment or the past. I still can look forward to something. And I know how to get the things that I want. We already made the lists, right? Somewhere along the line we made the lists. And so here we're like, we've got to manifest more. We need to add more things to the list. There's a huge future out there waiting for us. And then cups, emotions. We've got an emotional gift or an emotional offering. So someone may speak to you, or you may watch something in which you find something emotionally gratifying. It could be like a program, or somebody might tell you a story that touches you in a way. And it gives you the idea that there are lots of choices out there for you to choose from. And I think that's the other piece to this, where you're like looking at your future. You're looking at things that you could have or do or be. And it's still available out there for any Leo, no matter your age, no matter how far along you are. And this passion is talking about the passion to go get those things. You're still in love with the idea of getting the things that you want. I absolutely love that. That's wonderful. So Leos, go ahead and go out there and try to get the things that you want in life. You didn't need me to tell you that, but I just felt like I could be one more voice out there to say that to you. You're awesome. You're incredible. Leo season's coming up soon. The sun is shining for most people. And, go on ahead and get the things that you want. You can. Thank you so very much for watching, supporting, and subscribing. And if you haven't done so, consider doing it for Leo Intuitive Tarot readings. And be sure to hit the bell icon to be the very first to know when my next video gets posted. Many blessings to you, my awesome Leos. And remember, this channel is for you and you alone.